In all things, consistency with giving logic a loving middle finger and just going with intuition, I have to record this because it is wild and it just blows my mind. I'm very new to astrology, but you've heard me touch on it and how spot on it is. But I've never had things happen this accurately in such an accelerated manner. Welcome to I Am Divine AF. This is not just a podcast, it's an anthem for the souls ready to reclaim their divinity and break free into their highest destiny. My mission is to help you answer the casual "How are you?" with "I've never been fucking happier." So buckle up as we go on a journey to debunk divinity and liberate the only thing that creates your reality, your consciousness. Episodes will be engineered with spiritual empowerment that awaken your superconscious, activate your divine gifts, and help you live the legacy you always dreamed of. One divine aligned step at a time. Let's make magic, people, and have the time of our lives while doing it. Waking up at 3 a.m. is hard, and it's the time where the veil between the spiritual and material world is thinnest. So, I'd been getting up at 3 a.m. to sit in prayer, to be in devotion, to, up the ante on my obedience and really connect deeper and open the gateways of receivership in the most sacred time of the day. And getting up at 3 ain't no easy thing. And I found myself sometimes falling back to sleep during prayer. So I was thinking, what a way to have a grand finale. If I could find some way to work till 3 a.m., that would be the ideal thing, like work till 2, have a decompression, and then finish the night off with some prayer and then doze off into dreamland. But the thing is that's so interesting with that is I've never been a night owl. But careful what you wish for, because of course, in this effort of devotion, doing things from the heart and then applying the discipline to the intention that's in the heart, is that I made a hard stop. I was like, the TV's going off by 9 and I'm putting on meditations. And it's not uncommon for me to go to sleep with meditations. The delta brainwave state is a really susceptible state. This is the state they put you in hypnosis almost to recode your subconscious mind, your belief systems. So I tend to have this playlist, my Delta Dream playlist. But for whatever reason, tonight, or last night, should I say, because we've now turned the clock, it's now 12:26 a.m. I woke up at 10:30 and I found myself getting all these downloads. And eventually I was like, okay, am I going to get back to sleep or not? You find yourself making voice notes, you open your laptop, you're like, okay, meditation downloads, some bullet point lists, get it out of your mind, don't want to forget it. And then I just went, okay, by 11:30, about an hour ago, I went, okay, fuck it, we're getting up. And it's just ironic because a few of the things that I had thought within the last 12 hours, even in my decompression while watching Sex in the City, I was like, I love how her writing is basically just a documentation of her thinking and contemplation of life. And Gary Vee said, don't create content, document your life, basically. And I was thinking, how beautiful and amazing is that? And I didn't know that this is where this was going to end up. But tick number one, the one thought of how great would it be to start working in the night and work till 3 a.m. Well, that's happening. Thought number two was, why not go deep into a topic and then syndicate that material into multimedia formats, i.e., I'm working on an album, so why not lay down some lyrics? I'm working on a book, why not do the podcast? And then let the podcast be the spark for expanding the concepts for the book and whatever else. And then it just hit me. I've been watching Sex in the City, and the whole thing is her documenting her life and having these pivotal questions that shape the topic for her column that week. Then a publisher approached her and was like, do you want to put all of your favorite columns into one body of work? And, you can write a prelude and whatever else, and you can make it a book. And I've just realized that that's kind of what's starting to take place and happen right now. because I'm trying to find the most efficient way to do this. The way that I had seen it was like, okay, well, how would you map out the book? Why not set the podcast up that way so you're constantly ticking these boxes in one coherent divine flow of creation? And it's just miraculous that within the odd 6 to 10 hours of thinking that, or probably like 12 because it was earlier today, it was midday, um, and that these things are all coming into actuality. And it piggybacks on the very accurate prediction of the astrological alignments supporting this type of creative flow and speed of manifestation and accelerated action. So I just needed to make a note of that here because I just feel like don't underestimate the power of tapping into these astrological portals, following the tiniest whispers of ideas that tiptoe through your consciousness. Not everything's gonna like feel like a pumping rave of excitement. Some of it's gonna be quiet. Some ideas are very quiet and gentle. And then those are the ones that wake you up in the middle of the night in a powerful surge of actually turn on the fucking light, make a cup of coffee, and you have no idea what's about to happen, but you just know that you need to show up. And when you show up, so does the universe. A couple episodes ago, I was talking about these notes that I had put around the room. And you can do something so simple, but subliminally, these are activating me into the areas where I know I want to grow. One of them was be non negotiable. Move and miracles will follow. This is the movement. I had no idea. I was like, and there was that thought. There was definitely that thought. I'll be too tired to even productively work right now. Okay, make yourself a coffee. Move. Make the coffee, open the laptop, the lights are on. Show up. That was the movement. And this is the miracle, right? Be non-negotiable. The irony about this whole thing was I'm in a little experiment called Divine 69 right now. And I was like, I'm just going to have 69 days and I'm going to set like 3 goals and go balls to the wall and just go, this is non-negotiable. In the next 69 days, I'm achieving these 3 things. The movement is getting up and following the intuition, taking the faithful action, being in devotion, the intention of obedience. And it's not about always ticking the box perfectly, but showing up and making the effort the best that you can and knowing that that is sufficient to be magnetic to the support necessary to evolve you into a higher state of manifesting and actualizing what you have intended. So I felt it was worthy to share because there's so many golden nuggets of wisdom. If I had to recap it, I think I would say pay attention to the whispers. Pay attention to what tiptoes gently through your mind. Write things down. Use subliminal messaging. Put things as reminders on your phone, as the names of your alarm clock. Stick post-its to the mirror. Put things in plain sight. You will subconsciously and subliminally be coding yourself into the alignment of those things. And those will become the path that you walk passionately as you move towards your own miracles. If I could say anything else to wrap this up, it show up, even when you don't know why you're showing up. If you get a sense that you need to do it, follow the intuition. This is the most powerful thing, is to understand what is noise and what is navigation, right? You are being navigated by your higher self, by your soul, by God, by the divine energy, the infinite intelligence, the collective consciousness, the soul tribe. You're being sensory activated. You're being mentally stimulated. You're being emotionally tickled into this movement. And when you move, the miracles will follow. Love, light, stay divine. That's it from a not tired Gigi, but amped up, excited to see how this unfolds. The magic's in the uncertainty. And this is in Eden, I talk about this, the commandments of creation. Uncertainty is the safest place to be. And the funny thing is that what I will say as a word of caution is that when you don't know why you're showing up, that's uncertainty, and uncertainty often feels unsafe. And we don't move to unsafe places because of our reptilian brain, but that's just a conditioning. Because uncertainty actually means you surrendered your life to God's perfect will, to the divine orchestration that knows the path of least resistance. And if you were to know it, you would probably know a path that isn't as efficient and effective, powerful and magnificent and colossal as the path the universe and God has in store for you. Because we can only envision through the limitation of our knowing. Whereas, why wouldn't you surrender to the field of infinite knowledge, the all knowing, the omnipotent, the omnipresent? Like to be able to surrender to the intelligence and use your intuitive intelligence as a connection to that field of infinite intelligence to grasp the relevant signposts of where you need to go when you need to go. Like it knows how you can get there. You don't need to know the how. You don't even need to know the when. You just need to know how to master intuitive intelligence. And so jump inside of Eden if that's of interest to you. It's a lot to decipher. I find it helps to have graphs, blueprints, visuals that break this down into sort of simple concepts and models so that you have this one page or cheat sheet or this interactive workbook so that you can bit by bit take this and execute on it, integrate, master, and embody these principles so that you can be your own greatest guide. I've said this before, it took me a lot of time and I spent a lot of money to realize that my higher self is my best mentor. You will never find a power and a force field that knows you better than the creator and your soul tribe. They're literally there for you with the complete understanding of your soul contract destiny and the obstacle, challenges, and opportunities and conquering along the way. So that's it for now. I'm going to tune out. I'm going to dive back into this rabbit hole of truth. So watch out for that episode because that's coming in hot. And I look forward to just following the intuitive nudges and seeing what comes next. So happy to have you here. Love, light, stay divine. From a very grateful Gigi, from my heart to yours. We'll chat soon.